Welcome to the Blender tutorial on how to make a wine glass. The first thing we are going to do is delete this cube since we don't need it. In Blender, in order to select something, you need to right-click on that object. So we're going to right-click on this cube, then press the letter X and click on delete. After that, we need to change the view and the mode. As you can see up here, we have the user view and the perspective mode. So let's change the user view for the front view. In order to do that, we go to the view menu and select front. Now we are on the front view, as you can see right here. However, we are still in perspective mode. We need to change it to orthographic mode. We go to the view menu again, and this time we click on View First Ortho. Now we have switched from perspective to orthographic view. Now we are going to add a new object. This object will be a plane. So we go to the Create tab and click on Plane. As soon as that is added, as you can see, it's right there. Let's go back to the front view. Now what we need to do is rotate it 90 degrees in the x-axis so that we can see it. We need to bring out the Properties panel, which can be found here. Now we have the Properties panel. As you can see, we have location, rotation, scale, dimensions, etc. Let's click on rotation axis X and change that number to 90. Now we can see our plane. I'm going to bring it closer. I'm going to zoom in into it using the scroll of the mouse. And now I need to delete 3 of the 4 vertices in this shape. Now in order to do that, I need to enter the edit mode right here. I click here and select edit mode. Now all I need to do is select one vertex, in this case this one, by right clicking on it. Remember, in Blender you always select with right click. After you do that, select it, you press the letter X and select what you want to erase. In this case would be vertices. Now you do the same for the next one and the next one. Now you only have one vertex left. This is what we need to start drawing a shape. In this case, I want to draw half a cup. Why only half a cup? Because starting from that half a cup, I'm going to generate the rest of the cup. So I select that vertex, and in this step, these arrows will get in the way. So I'm going to disable them for now. Right here, by clicking on this button, they are disabled. Now, in order to draw, you need to hold down the Control key and then click anywhere you want. while holding down the Control key. That will draw lines connected by vertices. So, let's start drawing our half a cup. Hold down the Control key and click, 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 click. As you can see, I have run out of working area, so I need to hold down the Shift key and scroll the mouse wheel so that I can move my canvas. Now I can continue. Hold down the Control key and keep clicking away. Yeah, this part here doesn't look that good, so I'm going to select this one, press the letter G and move it. Click, letter G, click, letter G. Click. It looks better now. Now, as you can see, I have my half a cup. This would be the base, half the base, the stem of the cup, and the actual cup. Now, we have another problem. That problem is, well, do you see these two vertices here? As you can see, they are kind of offset. This one is further to the left than this one. That is because this one represents the middle, the center of the cup, while this one represents the start of the stem. If they were to be in the same column, you would have no stem in your cup, and that would be a mistake. So when you're drawing your cup, you have to make sure that this first vertex is a little bit further to the left than this one, which is the start of the stem. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, we need to select our first vertex, which is this one. Right click on it, and now we can move on to the next part. So let's talk a little bit about the 3D cursor. The 3D cursor is this circle with red and white lines. That would be the 3D cursor. Right now, I need that 3D cursor to be right here on this vertex. But no matter how accurate you think you are, you will never be able to place it exactly where it's supposed to go. Fortunately, there is a command that we can use to send it there. So we press Shift and the letter S. Hold down the Shift key and press the letter S, and you will get this menu. We need to send the cursor to the selected vertex. So this would be our instruction. And as you can see, it moved automatically where it's supposed to be. Now we switch views again. We need to change from front view to the top view. So we go to view, top. And now I need to select everything. I do that by pressing the letter A. However, this is kind of a switch. Remember that we have something selected. If you have something selected, when you press the letter A, it cancels that selection. But if you press it again, when nothing is selected, it selects everything. Now that we have selected everything, we can spin our shape. The spin command is in the Tools menu, so we go back to the Tools tab, scroll down a little bit, and there it is, spin. Click on it and Look, it's generated 1/4 of the cup. Let's go back to the front view, to the top view. However, we don't want 1/4 of the cup. We want the whole thing. So we notice that this generated only 1/4 of the cup, 90 degrees. Here in angle we see that it says 90 degrees. If we change this 90 degrees for 360 degrees, we get the whole thing. However, it is kind of blocky. Looks like an umbrella. And if you remember your geometry lessons correctly, you will notice that this has 9 sides. Steps 9 equals the amount of sides. So, in geometry, they tell you that any shape, the more sides it has, the more it resembles a circle. So, let's increase the number of steps to see if that's true. I'm going to use 25. And look, now it looks more round. It's not perfect, but it is more round. Now, I am going to select everything again with the letter A. Remember, we have something selected already, so when I press the letter A, it cancels that selection. And if I press it again, it selects everything. Now, when we generated the cup, some of the vertices overlapped on other vertices, so we need to remove those doubles. So we'll go down and look, remove doubles. As soon as you click in here, you will notice that it says in here how many doubles you remove. In my case, it were 40. Now, I'm ready to move on. Remember, each step, it would be a very good idea to save your progress. Now, the next step is easy. I need to use these tools. However, I cannot see them all. So, I'm going to hover over this line until my pointer looks like that. That means that now I can pull and push this panel however I like by clicking and holding click. So all I need is to be able to see all of these tools, so this would be enough. Now I'm going to click on the wrench, add modifier, and use the subdivision surface. Why? Easy. Let's look at my cup right now. Even though it's more round and everything, it's still blocky, as you can see. We need to polish it a little bit. And in order to do that, I need to select the whole thing, click on this wrench, and add a modifier, which would be subdivision surface. As soon as I do that, I get this menu. And in here, the subdivisions have two values, one for view, one for render. Let's put view 3 and render 3. And now let's see what our cup looks like. I'm going to exit the edit mode and look, it is really smooth now. So now I'm going to save, and this would be the end of part 1 of this tutorial.